evening, sir.
Good evening.
This is Kwara APC New Media team from the office of the Publicity Secretary for Kwara APC, Alhaji Folaran Miaro. Sir, can we meet you, sir?
It's a pleasure to have you here. My name is AbdulQuawiy Olododo, the Acting General Manager of Kwara Social Investment Program.
Thank you, sir. KWASSIP, everybody here, KWASSIP. What is KWASSIP all about?
Well, just like the name implies, KWASSIP is Kwara State Social Investment Program, which was established in 2019 by His Excellency Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq, the Executive Governor of Kwara State. And KWASSIP was established basically to impact positively in the lives of the poor, the vulnerable, the unemployed, and those at the bottom of the financial pyramid without access to funding, to ensure that they are availed with better opportunities to better lives. And basically, the program of KWASSIP is centered around ensuring that all these objectives are achievable or achieved.
What are those programs you have under KWASSIP?
Okay, so we have four major components. The first component is the Kwara conditional cash transfer, which is popularly known as the OWABO. And then we also have the Kwara State Government Enterprise and Employment Program, which is where we have the OWABO. We also have the K-Power components. This is where we have digital school training for youth, and also Powerpreneur as the popular Powerpreneur programs under K-Power. And then the fourth component is the Own Job Fair, homegrown school training program, which is the only component we are yet to officially kick off at the Kwara State Program office.
We've had Powerpreneur 1, Powerpreneur 2, Powerpreneur 3. Who are these programs for? What are target beneficiaries of these programs?
Well, thank you very much. Powerpreneur is actually a youth-centered program, and the aim of that particular program is to see that we change the narrative of Kwara State from a civil servant state to a business-driven economy, where we support our youths who have innovative ideas that they want to start new businesses, and also to expand the existing businesses as well. So Kwara is majorly focused on youth businesses in Kwara State.
So what have been the processes behind Kwarepreneurship? Because people have been saying it's just a APC thing, it's just a AA thing. Is the rumor correct? How will you respond to that?
I love the fact that you need that word rumor. That is what it is. There's no other better way to tag it than just a mere rumor, because as far as Kwapreneur is concerned, and every of our other programs, they are programs meant for the entire Kwara. Entire Kwarans, so far you're a Kwaran, then you are an eligible beneficiary of any of our programs. But talking about Kwapreneur, the process is actually very simple and very straightforward. There is always a call for application where interested applicants, they get to apply within a specified period of time that the portal will be open for. And once they apply with their business plan, the reason why they need the loan from the government, upon successful application, we have a team of experts that will assess all the submissions of all these applicants, and they are basically given criteria that they work with to shortlist businesses with what's even the word I should use? There are criteria for them to select businesses that stand out, that can be shortlisted for pitching. So the pitching is the second process, where we now invite all these shortlisted candidates to come in before our panel of judges to come and defend and pitch about their businesses. And then upon that pitching, there's always two stages as well. There's always a rapid pitch, which is where you trim down the numbers of these applicants to a smaller number. And then the second stage, you get to still pitch again the idea to the whole panel at once, and then the panel gets to recommend, who gets what, who gets what, and all of that. And then the ones who want to go for the highest category of the available money, will make it to the grand finale to also pitch before the larger audience, and then the judges decide who gets the larger amount of the money.
So, are you saying so far Kwara entrepreneurship have been able to generate employment in Kwara State?
Absolutely, it has been able to. Okay, now we had the first edition last year, 2021, where we had about 170 beneficiaries, and from our impact assessment that was done, at least not less than 60% of the businesses that were supported have been able to expand beyond the level at which they were before they were able to access the loan. And give or take, average of these have been able to employ at least two more hands to their businesses. So if you look at the 60% of 170 multiplied by the minimum of 2 that they've employed, definitely it has also reduced the rate of unemployment in the state. The 2.0 also the same thing. We are monitoring very closely. Very soon we will soon carry out the impact assessment. Once is 6 months. So 6 months from above we'll start doing assessment of those businesses as well. And for 3.0 that we are still currently on, I have no doubt that it will equally have as much impact as the 1.0 have been able to have on the economy in Kwara State.
Beneficiaries, is it true that they don't pay back loans as the opposition will always say that it is just free money?
Well, for which is grants, Kwara is a software. The 1.0 was actually a non-interest loan. The 2.0 was a grant because it fell on the day of International Youth Day, and the government deemed it fit to use it as an opportunity to celebrate these youths by saying, this 2.0 edition will be a grant and not a loan, as the 1.0 was. So, beneficiary from 1.0, they've actually been paying back their loans. So I don't know where they got that notion that people are not paying back. Of course, we have some that are defaulting, which we are currently preparing to go after them. But majorly, there's been an encouraging payback. And for those some of them have not been able to pay back, some of them have actually written to us officially stating the reason why they've not been able to pay back and asking for more time. So basically, the compliance rate has been at least encouraging, not bad at all.
Thank you, sir. Now let us move from Oweshowo Kwapino to Owarubo. What is the idea behind Owarubo?
You see, when you go to even developed nations, there's usually programs where they come and they usually come up with programs for the elderly. They make welfare packages for the elderly ones in the society. So the government also deem it fit that if we really want to reduce poverty in the land, how it used to be in Kwara before, where you see all these old men on the streets, begging for 200 naira and all of that, this and that. Everybody can testify to the fact that this is not what it is again in Kwara State. That's drastically, reduced, all thanks to the Owarubo scheme, because most of all these people have been targeted and that they are beneficiaries of this program, where we package monthly stipend for them, monthly stipend of 3,000 naira, to assist them, and that is just it. So any developed nation, you can confirm, there's always a welfare package made available for the elderly people. So it's just that same concept here.
Okay, how has His Excellency Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq in his office, how has he been using his office to assist your office in reaching out to the people in the society in benefiting from cooperatorship, Oweshowo, Owarubo?
Can you answer that question again?
How has it been of help to your office? How has it been assisting your office towards achieving these objectives?
First of all, from the beginning of this chat, I said something. I said this office was established by His Excellency Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq, which means KWASSIP is the governor's baby. That is the organ of the government that he has decided to use, which is backed by law, to reduce significantly poverty and hunger in the land, to increase employment in the land, through supporting enterprise and entrepreneurship of youth, businesses, and all of that, for us to thrive and change the narrative of civil servant states to a business-driven economy. So, of course, he has been magnanimous in ensuring that KWASSIP gets all the required support and funds it needs to fully operate. So that's all I can say.
So, what do we expect from KWASSIP in the future?
Well, I think the expectation would remain the fact that it has become that it is yet to stay one, and then two, it has become the official organ of the state government that is looking into eradicating poverty, ensuring that even the downtrodden are not in the scheme of things. Everybody is being carried along, and we're able to also increase the employment rates in the states through all the available programs, for entrepreneurs in the states and what are the petty traders and all of that. So the more we're able to also invest in all the social investment, definitely we'll keep witnessing prosperity in the economy of the states. I always like to use the statistics of what it was before KWASSIP and what it was after KWASSIP. And KWASSIP is literally the brainchild of Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq. As of 2019, our unemployment rate, according to National Bureau of Statistics, was 21.1%. Today, as it is, has dropped to 16.5%. No doubt, KWASSIP has played a major role in ensuring that drop from 21.1% to 16.5% that it is today in 2022. And even according to the poverty index rate by the World Bank, 2019 poverty index of Kwara was 30.2%, and in the last 3 years that has dropped to 20.4%. No doubt, KWASSIP has equally played a significant role in that drop that we have witnessed over the last 3 years, despite having a COVID-19 year in between. So I believe so much more can still be done through KWASSIP in the years to come, and they are very hopeful.
Yes, sir, you are a youth, and the governor has been patronizing youth in Kwara State. For other Kwarans, how would you motivate other youth out there towards ensuring that they key into the goals and objectives of Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq?
Well, I've always said this. I said the current mandate of His Excellency, Madam Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq, and even the mandate he is reseeking for his second term bid. Absolutely, I have no doubt, it is the mandate for the youth, and it's very evident, youth and the women, because I don't think there is a governor who has given the youth and the women as much opportunity as Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq has given us before in this job Kwara State. So that alone has shown that, growing up, they would say the youth are the future of tomorrow. But what Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq has been able to do is to bring that future that has always felt distant to now. That youth are no longer the future of tomorrow. Youth are the future of, they are no longer the leaders of tomorrow, but they are the leaders of this moment, of this present age and time. This is what he has been able to do. And for that single reason alone, I would just want to implore the youth that in Kwara State, things are different. We now have a governor who has given us the opportunity for us to bloom, for us to thrive, and we should not take it for granted. And that's even the more reason why we should ensure that we vote for no other person but His Excellency Governor Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq, because if he has been able to achieve all of this in less than 4 years, has been able to give youth so much of opportunity, women so much of opportunity, people have grown, people have rose under his administration. You can imagine what he will be able to do in 8 years for the youth and women in the states.
Thank you very much. We are now moving to we are in campaign period. Personally, in your own opinion, what are the reasons why you think people should vote for Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq for second term?
I just said it.
Apart from KWASSIP thing.
Apart from involving the youth, what are the reasons
The achievement, your own assessment.
You cannot leave the youth. Okay, now we're in a world where the youth. Okay, we're in a world where in Africa, in Nigeria, in Kwara State, Kwara is not an exception, where the youths occupy virtually the most of the population. If I'm not mistaken, at least 70% of the population right now, are youths of 40 years and below. So if that is what we currently have in the States, and what this man has been doing has been youth-centered, youth-oriented, then what are you now telling me? This man is literally building our future for us. He has brought our future, even much more closer to us to take charge. We cannot afford to lose such a mandate at this crucial time. Because the truth of the matter is, we're in a digital age where it is the youth that actually understand what the digital age is saying, what it's talking about. We've left the analog age behind, and the governor has now given us the opportunity, the open play to take charge of things. I don't see any reason why we should say we don't want such a man to remain and ensure he finishes what he has started. So for me, the youth should see it as Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq is actually doing what he's doing for us, the youth and the women, because of the opportunity that he has given us. It is not just about KWASSIP. Look at other MDAs. Look at the people that are heading these MDAs. Before growing up, when somebody is a commissioner, you look at them like they are God, because they are elderly, you can't even talk to them, any small thing, they will tell you the history of your family and all of that. But today in Kwara State is different. You now have people where you can equally engage them. Because if you're a commissioner today, I'm a GM of KWASSIP, who are the people you are doing these programs for? They are the youth, who better understand the language of the youth than the fellow youth. But imagine a man in his 60s is in any of this position, and you're having issues that are bothering the youth, and then you go to them, they can tell you, see, I'm not available. And if you try to press too much, they tell you, you are rude. And the next thing is, they tell you the history of how they met your mother and how they were friends with your mother. And then, no satisfaction, no nothing, nothing has been solved. But with what we have today, with youths being in position, when issues arise, you can easily work with fellow youths. These are the issues, this is what is going on. You can relate, you can discuss, you can find solutions to things. And that is the only way we can move this state forward. And who is the person that has made that happen? It's the governor called Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq. If the women folks are complaining that they've been marginalized, now he has given the women opportunity. They're serving as PAMSEC, they're serving as commissioner, they're serving in different capacities. So now, if the women are complaining that they are marginalized, they've not given fellow women the opportunity to ensure that women are no longer marginalized. If the youth are complaining they've been marginalized, he has not given the youth the opportunity to ensure they are no longer marginalized. So I think the person that has given us this kind of opportunity and privilege deserves a second term, simply so that we can bring more youth up there to serve in more of these capacities and these positions.
But what you are saying is that Abdulrazaq Komashilo.
Then you.
I would like to move out of the scope of KWASSIP. I know you are.
I thought you moved out of that scope already.
I know you are a brilliant youth with double portfolio. If I am not mistaken, I think you are still the technical advisor on agriculture.
I was never a technical advisor. I was a technical assistant.
Okay, technical assistant. Sorry, you are still the technical assistant on agriculture.
When you said you were meeting me, I didn't introduce myself as a technical assistant. I said I'm a technical manager.
Okay.
So let's stick to KWASSIP.
Let's stick to KWASSIP.
Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us the statistics or numbers of people that have benefited from Owo Arugbo and Owo Osowo so far?
Okay. Permit me to read from my system. So, for Owo Osowo, between the year 2020 and 2021, we have 42,630 beneficiaries across the 16 local governments of Kwara State between year 2020 and 2021 for Owo Osowo. For the Owo Osowo 2022, we have disbursed to over 30,000 women, and we are still enumerating more. We just concluded an enumeration last week which payment to start this week, inshallah. And by the time we are concluding this payment, we'll have gotten to at least 40,000 beneficiaries. And then for Owarubo has actually run between the year 2020 and 2021. It has run successfully for a year. So these beneficiaries have collected money every month for 12 months. And we've been able to reach out consistently to at least 8,308 beneficiaries at Rubo across the single government area of Kwara State. Also, there was a program that we piloted this year just to see or get the feedback from the people. We got projects, solar powered kiosk program where people were given kiosks with POS, some were given provisions and all of that. We had 50 numbers of these to run for pilots, and it was spread across the 4 local governments in Kwara Central and Offa local governments. Also, part of our interventions at KWASSIP was also the Owilewe scheme. It was a loan that was given to schools that were affected during COVID-19, and small schools of about 629 schools which have got loan of 100,000 naira each, and then the big schools or large schools, they also call it, we had about 348 beneficiaries who got 200,000 naira each. And also through KWASSIP, of course, there's Kwapreneur 1.0, we had 170 beneficiaries from Kwapreneur 1.0. Kwapreneur 2.0, supported 100 youth with 1 million naira each, which was a grant, and 3.0 is currently ongoing. And also, I always like to state this, that during the NSAS menace that cracked down on the entire country in 2020 October, Kwara was no exception. The Palms Mall was heavily damaged and affected, was looted and all of that, and businesses were affected. People were out of jobs. It was still through the same agency that our beloved governor, Abdulrahman Abdulrazaq, was able to intervene and support and help these businesses by giving them grants. 48 businesses were given grants in 2020 to ensure that they come back to business, and majorly these businesses were located at the Palms Mall. So these are the impacts that Kwara State's social investment program has been able to make in Kwara over the last 3 years.
Yeah, somebody left a comment here, but I don't think it's a question. But he's begging me to ask you about Kwara NGKS second batch.
Well, NGKS program is a World Bank program. So NGK program is called Nigeria COVID-19 Action Recovery Economic Stimulus. NGK. It's a World Bank program, and I've said it times without number categorically that this is a program that is being superintended over by the World Bank itself. The first batch has been disbursed. They are yet to come and do assessment. Assessment will have to be done by World Bank to certify that people that were beneficiaries actually met their set out criteria before they can now reimburse the state to be able to do another batch. So until that is done, before they can be a batch 2.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.